You suck at this.
I do really suck. No, I actually hit it.
Yeah, no, I can see that now.
Alright.
Hey, give me time to do my vocal warm-ups.
Alright, take like 3 seconds to do it.
Okay. I almost did the ones that we did in that lost episode.
Your 3 seconds are already up.
I can see that. Welcome to CastPod.
I'm Kevin, and hailing from the land down under, it's Calum.
Yeah. America.
American land down under.
Alright.
So, I know we imaginarily wrote down, and when I say imaginarily wrote down, I mean wrote in our heads what to talk about.
I mean, you made a little memo to yourself.
I did make a little memo, but we're not using none of those memos.
True. But I'm proud of you for the
I know.
effort. That was good.
It's the most writing I've done all summer. And reading, too.
Wow, jerk.
What, I don't write every day.
I know, but I have to.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Alright.
Anyways,
So
we had topics for the first time. We thought about it in advance.
Mm-hmm.
And,
kind of want to do a little bit of random house cleaning stuff. Just kind of get away with, like, basically, we plan on recording sometime after 10 p.m. on Fridays.
mm-hmm.
Basically, it has to be dark.
Right.
And then we're going to be releasing on Mondays at whatever o'clock.
Yep.
And then Thursdays at whatever o'clock. And then, yeah just kind of
Actually being organized. I like
Yeah.
it.
having a general idea and a schedule-ish kind of, sort of.
That's good. I like it. I like it.
And CG underscores
Ice 14.
CG underscore ice 14.
There you go.
Ah, that was really hard to say.
I could tell.
And they release Wednesdays,
Yeah.
but we record before them, so
And we recorded 2 videos.
yeah. So we're better, like by twice.
By twice.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyways. So, tell us about the topics that we have planned
Alright.
for today.
Well, our one friend Abby pretty much gave us a play-by-play of the first episode as she listened to it.
Yes, she did.
So we got to probably talk about that a bit.
Okay, what do you want to say about it?
She gave us a play-by-play, and it was literally a lot of little details that I kind of forgot about 2 days later.
Yeah.
Wasn't really. I was just like, it was like, what is she talking about? And then I was like, now I remember.
Yeah, I had the same reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks for listening, everyone.
Alright, that's it.
That was a great.
Alright. Solid.
Yeah.
3 minutes.
Wow.
Alright.
That was good. Alright. But, yeah, other topics.
Alright.
Because, like, we can't really say much about that. It's
Yeah.
like, yes, she told us all the things, and we realized that we have short-term memory loss, because half the
Yeah.
stuff, she was like, why'd you say this? I'm like, I don't even remember saying that.
Yeah.
What other topics did we have planned to discuss today?
Superpowers.
That's right.
This
Superpowers.
this is one that's going to get us going. Because we've had this discussion once when we were just kind of goofing around, and we got into somewhat of an argument about it.
Are we going to go into that one again?
We're going to briefly go over it. We're not going to spend much time into it.
Okay.
I said, would you rather be able to fly as high as you can, but under 5 miles per hour, or you can only fly a foot off the ground, but you could go, like, as fast as you want, roughly.
Yeah. So, like, within somewhat reason.
It basically became having crazy flight abilities, but super slow, and riding an invisible speeding Segway.
Yep. Because, I mean, obviously, the first one is the best choice. Because,
that your worst enemy is a hole.
Yeah, the second one, if you can only fly a foot off the ground, and you come across a really deep hole, and you just fall into it, you can't get out. Now think about that for a second. Think about the fact that you have the superpower to fly, and holes are your biggest enemy, because you can't go up.
Nope.
How stupid is that?
Incredibly.
While for the first one, you have unlimited flight powers, except for the fact that you can only go 5 miles per hour. And 5 miles per hour isn't that slow. It's
No.
like a decent walking pace. I'm fine with that. I can cruise if I can go, like,
It depends where I'd be going.
anywhere.
If I'd be going, like, your house or something, I'd be like, not a problem. Whoosh. But if I want to be like, I want to go to Europe, I'd be like, see you in 10 years. Whoosh.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I don't plan on, like, trying to travel the world with that, but, like, yeah, if I'm going to, I
What
don't
was
know.
that?
It was a burp that I tried to suppress and turned into a growl.
Yeah, and kind of just like got super angry.
Yeah, it was a burp.
Right?
Anyways, calling me out.
I
But
will.
yeah, first one, obviously the best. And we went into it about how not good the second one was.
And how you got the extra power of what? What are you doing? I squeak.
I touched a thing and it
Okay.
squeaked. Yeah,
Probably self-destruct or something.
probably.
Anyway, the second one also got the superpower of being able to hold ladders in your pockets.
Yeah, so
But
that was
only 19-foot ladders.
yeah, so that was
That was
stupid.
prime stupidity.
Won't even try to explain how we got to that point. But yeah, anyways, we got other superpowers that we should discuss. So, in your opinion, even though I already know this, what is the best superpower a person could have?
Shape-shifting.
Agreed. 100%.
I mean, it's really the only choice. It's like, I want to be able to fly. Turn into a bird. I want to be able to swim really long and better. Turn into a fish.
I thought you were going to say Michael Phelps.
Also true.
Because you didn't say, like, I don't want to breathe underwater. You
Yeah,
said,
I
I want to swim longer and,
Really?
and better. Let me turn into a swimmer. Shape of someone who can swim well.
Form of Michael Phelps.
I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah, that
You
was...
still need to breathe air, but yeah, I just want to be better at swimming. That's like saying, I want shape-shifting powers so I can be someone slightly more attractive than who I am now.
I want shape-shifting abilities so I could run, like, Usain Bolt fast.
Yeah, like, I want to be able to be
Not a cheetah, like Usain Bolt.
Yeah, I want to be like 2 inches taller, so let me
Honestly, I
be
would
a
totally...
shapeshifter.
I've actually thought about that, and I would do that. I would make myself... I don't... Like,
Would
either
you-
6
you
foot...
You would barely change, like, your appearance and height and weight and things with your superpower?
I would have, like, a 12-pack.
Oh my god.
I would just change very stupid things. Like, that are complete, like, no one's gonna notice that it's, like, there's
That
gonna,
you have a 12-pack?
Yeah,
I
everyone's
think people are
No,
gonna
they're gonna notice, but no one's gonna think it's, like, super weird.
I mean, they would, because that's double the amount of packs that you should have.
Yeah, I have a problem.
You have an extended abdomen.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. Like, do you have that picture in your head right now?
Okay, yeah, that's getting really terrifying.
Yeah. Like, it's just abs for days. You're like those containers of ice cubes that you put in your freezer. It's like that's what your body is.
Just an ice cube tray.
Yeah.
I was gonna say a legitimate washboard, like
I mean, that too, yeah.
like back in the day, I would be taken to the old crick, and I would just have clothing scrubbed against it.
Yeah. I'm glad that's what you do with your shape-shifting abilities.
Just super stupid things.
Yeah.
What would you do if you could shapeshift?
I mean, I've thought about, like, what if I just barely change my appearance so I'm, like, slightly more attractive? Like, let me, like, thin out my cheeks, or, like,
I should really do that.
move my eyes, like, so they're more symmetrical, or something stupid like that. But I was like, I feel like, when you think about it, like, do you think you have to concentrate, like, really hard when you're shape-shifting? Like, because they always make it seem so easy.
Yeah,
in
like
shows
if
and
you've seen like
things.
Mystique and like
Yeah, where they're
X-Men
just like, let me
cartoons
just
and stuff, she just kind of
change.
just like snap. Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm this now.
Like, like, do you think they have, like, photographic memory? Or just, like, a really good knowledge of anatomy? Like, for Beast Boy from Teen Titans, he could just instantly turn into any animal.
Yeah.
Like, did he have to think about, okay, so, like, a horn goes here,
Like he would.
and then, like, my legs have to do this,
Yeah.
and then, like, oh, God, I don't usually have this organ. Like, you know, or is it just kind of like he knows what it looks like, and it's like, boom, I'm that because of photographic memory and just
Photographic memory?
photographic mammary glands, obviously. Because if he's going to turn into,
Of course, he's
like,
gonna be a mammal.
yeah. So how
I don't
how
know.
does his glands control that?
I feel like they only need to see really an outside appearance for it to really work.
Yeah.
Because I remember one episode in the Teen Titans cartoon,
They
the
cut
good
open
one.
Beast Boy.
Huh?
They cut open Beast Boy to check out what he looks like on the inside when he transforms.
No.
Good, I don't remember that episode.
Okay. But in the good Teen Titans, not Teen Titans Go,
Call out.
it's a story for another day.
Mm.
They went to like Starfire. Literally just
Yeah.
forgot a name for a second.
Nice.
Starfire's like home planet,
Yeah.
and he turns into one of the aliens from there.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he didn't like slice open the thing and like look into it and see like, oh, I need this organ. What is that organ? What does it do? He's just like, so this is what it looks like. And then he's like, whoosh.
But like when you think about it, like think about Mystique and how she'll like turn into a person. She immediately has like she has it so perfectly done that like if she did like a fingerprint test or like a retinal scan,
Yeah.
it's perfect. So like even down to like the cells and like the design of the fingerprints themselves, like she can't see that on a person.
No, you really can't.
So how does she just like do it?
I don't know. She's an assassin too, so
Yeah, but like
she's got some
you don't just
assassin
you
skills.
don't just notice people's fingerprints. Or
She
like
probably does what they did in Scooby Doo. She took like some makeup powder thingy, put it on, and then like put like a little napkin over your thumbprint or something, like your own
for
thumb.
every single person she's
For
ever
every
seen.
single person.
Yeah.
Yeah. What she does for the retina scan? No idea. But
She just swabs their eye when they're not looking.
that wouldn't do anything. I think you measure like retina scans measure the position of certain things in your eye.
Yeah, no, I'm just demonstrating how stupid your idea was.
Shut up.
Exactly. Like swabbing the eye got you, but not, oh, she, just wipes the hands of every person she ever meets without them noticing so
No,
that she
it
can
was
then
the
copy
it was the one
onto
that's
herself.
already on the machine. Because it leaves a slight residue.
No, but she literally just turns into the person and puts her finger on it.
Yeah, I know. You're just turning down my ideas tonight.
I am. Like, that's the plan.
Just gonna not let me talk.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Welcome to Cast Pod starring Calum. Kevin's here too because he's the one with the car and the phone.
I mean, you've been doing most of the talking so far.
Alright, entertain us.
I will. So, as I was saying about transforming, it doesn't make much sense. But if I had the ability to just transform into things, like just in an instant and copy them perfectly, I would obviously like turn into other people that I know and just do ridiculous things as them and then see what people's reactions are and then just kind of like ruin their lives. So I would turn into Kevin and I would just like go up to every girl at our school and just be like, you can tell where I'm gonna go with this, right?
I don't. Tell me, where are you going with this?
I would be like, so, I'm Kevin. I'm clearly the most attractive person you've ever seen. Now, would you like to hold my hand?
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a big step there.
For every person, see how many hands I could hold. And then I would go back to you, and I'd be like, here's all the girls
that I could hold hands with.
that would willingly hold your hand.
Alright.
I'd be like a scout. I'd be like the love guru.
I honestly thought you were going to go to the way where you're just going to be like, you're going to stand on other sides of doors and like windows and stuff and kind of do the whole like stereotypical like mimic thing. It's like they raise their right hand, you raise yours, and like just kind of mimic them back to them.
Yeah, I'm just not very good at predicting things, so I'd probably just end up doing a silly dance and running away giggling.
Silly dancing. Just run away and giggle.
Exactly. Yeah. You could be like, see that, like, I could use it for evil and be like, oh, let me rob a bank as
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, or I could be like a good guy, and I would basically be like a scout. So like I would use your image to like try things out and like see for you like, all right, you can do this, but don't do that, like with that person. Know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I would abuse the power, but not in the way like I'm not going to go around robbing banks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do generally stupid things with it.
Also, how limited is the shapeshifting?
You know, they never really say. Because
Like,
Beast Boy can turn into like a T-Rex.
can I turn into an atom?
Adam who?
You really made yourself happy with that, and I'm glad at least
So,
you found it
I'm
funny.
more happy with that than I should be.
Yeah, I can tell. Anyways, shut up. Can you turn into, like, a molecule or something? Or could you turn into, like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something, like, massive. Like, does it have to be a living thing
Yeah,
you
that
turn
seems
into?
to be a very common thing. Like, if it's a
But,
living
like,
thing.
what about the people who are, like, shape of a bucket, and they turn into a bucket?
Yeah,
Like,
true.
could I say, like, form of the sun and just turn into the sun?
I really hope not. That'd be, like, really bad. And here's the
Yeah.
question.
Well, I mean,
Would you be
I'd
super...
use my flight abilities and go 5 miles per hour through space, and eventually get far enough away after billions of years, and be like, form of a sun, and then see what would happen.
Now, here's the question.
Yep.
You have, like, you say you become the sun.
Yep.
You have the ability, like, would you have the abilities of fire and stuff like that, too?
What, like, could
Because,
I control the fire?
yeah, like, or just be on fire and, like, survive.
I mean, I would assume so. Could you
Because,
turn into fire itself? Like, if we limited it down not from the sun, but just like
yeah, like,
shape of fire?
because, like,
Would I be sentient
if you turn
fire?
into a fish or a bird, like, that's a lot, that's, like, anatomical, like, stuff.
Yeah. Where do my organs go when I turn into a bucket? Do they go
Yeah.
inside of the bucket? Am I
Are
a
you just a
bucket
bucket of
full of...
organs?
Yeah, am I a bucket with like a brain and a heart and intestines inside? Because that'd be pretty gross. Because could
These are the
you...
questions no one's really asking.
I know, right? Which is why you really got to think about superpowers. Like, most people are just like, yeah, I wish I could fly. I wish I could shapeshift. I wish I could turn invisible. You ever just sit down and think about, like, the specifics?
Yeah.
Like, so, like, what if... Like, this is a good, like, would you rather question. I don't know what the other one would be, but, like, you can shapeshift into any inanimate object, but, like, your organs have to go somewhere in correlation to that inanimate object.
Alright, so say I wanted to become a tree.
Yep.
I could just put my organs in the trunk,
Well,
right?
that's a living thing. So, like,
Say I wanted
your
to
stuff...
be the mailbox.
I was gonna say the mailbox.
Would
So,
I just put it in the boxy part? What is
yeah,
the part where they actually put mail called?
the mailbox.
I know that. But that's like the whole stand and stuff too. Like,
I'm pretty sure the box itself is the mailbox. And then it's just like a stand.
alright. So I would put my organs in there.
Yeah, if somebody opened up that mailbox,
It would
they
just be
would
like-
get a delivery of
Like whatever
blood
time
and
the mail
guts.
comes and they open it up and they're just like, oh look, the little flag's up. They're probably sending something out.
It's a
And
whole
just like,
lot of
"Bleh."
Kevin insides. Yeah.
And they're just like, what the?
So
And
would you do that? Because you can turn back.
Ah.
Like, you have the ability to
Mhm.
shapeshift into anything. Like any inanimate object. But it's just, you have to, like, your organs are there, too. They're just out and about.
I think I would do it. Because I could turn into stupid things like rocks. And just be inconveniences.
You,
I would turn into a rock.
yeah. If I had the power to shapeshift, I would turn into a rock.
Well, this is the
I don't think
inanimate object.
that's ever been said, honestly. I know it's inanimate objects, but like a
'Cause
rock?
I'm assuming that my organs and stuff stay the size they are now. Like I don't think do they
Yeah.
change with my size?
Not in this scenario.
So, I can't turn into like a phone because my organs would be too big to fit inside.
I mean, maybe they'll just like hang out, you know?
Yeah. But like if I turn into a pretty big rock, stuff all my organs inside.
But why?
Why a rock?
Why a rock?
It's the
Why
first
would
thing I thought of.
like you could be like, something useful like a mailbox, but you turn into a rock? Be like,
Yeah.
hey, my name is so and so, and I'm from the government. We hear you have some incredible superpowers.
Form of a rock!
And we want to know if you can join our secret Avengers group. Yeah, let me show off my powers. Ready? Rock.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, wow.
The way you're going to be like the same thing, but ready? Mailbox.
Yeah, but that's cooler.
I don't know. What if I'm a specific type of rock? What if I'm like granite? Or
Oh, wow. Granite? Holy crap. I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking like your average, ordinary, everyday rock, but you could... Wait. I think that's a stretch, going into granite.
The amount of sadness coming from you right now.
Like, really? That's your go-to? I was like, oh, maybe it'll be like, I'll pick like a diamond, or
I
like
thought
some
about-
sort of jewel.
I
a
thought about-
geode even. Granite.
I thought
Let
diamond.
me turn into a countertop right now.
I thought diamond, and then I thought it was gonna be stupid, so I said granite.
Like, the plainest rock you could possibly turn into.
Yep. The most
Wow.
basic thing ever.
Well, I'm really glad that you're putting your powers to use. But let's think about some other sort of superpowers
Alright.
that people usually go for.
Invisibility.
Right.
That's another popular one.
It is. Now, questions about invisibility. Is it just you on your person that can turn invisible, or
Or is
things
it
you
like-
touch?
I would think it's kind of like Violet from The Incredibles,
Where it's only her?
where it's only your physical body and apparently clothing that can match
Well, that was like special clothing
Yeah.
made by Edna Mode.
Edna mode. And guest.
Yep.
But, where it's only you.
Yeah. So, like, you would have to be naked every time you wanted to do invisible things.
Yeah.
I'd be down with that.
I wouldn't be against it. But here's, like a very stereotypical trick for, like, finding the invisible person is throwing, like, dust or water or something,
Yeah.
and you'll see, like, the outline of them. It's
Yeah.
like,
Would you have a shadow?
I don't know.
Because I think that's been in things, too, where it's like they'll have a shadow when they're invisible. And that's
I
how,
would
like,
like.
you
I would
spot 'em.
assume so because you're still a solid object, and like you'll block the sun from behind you.
But, like, light is supposed to be, like, passing through you. Like, you're invisible, which means, like, you can be seen through, which means the light doesn't reflect off of you. So, like, I guess you wouldn't have a shadow.
Well, yeah, if you say it like that, you won't.
And then I remember reading this thing about, like, invisibility. If you could turn invisible, you would be blind. Because the light
What?
can't reach your eyes.
Okay.
It would go straight through. And in order to see, we need the light bouncing up, like, in and around our eyes.
All right.
So if we turned invisible and the light just passed right through us, you wouldn't see anything. You'd be blind.
Huh.
Yep.
I follow that train of thought. It makes sense.
And I didn't explain it as thoroughly as the other thing did, but basically, you need light to hit your eyes in order to see the world. So if you turned invisible, the light couldn't hit your eyes, you'd be blind.
All right. Another invisible.
Unless you had, like, super eye powers, which is what they were saying. Like, these people who can be invisible, like in comic books and stuff, must have the powers of, like, ultra vision in order to see while being invisible. So, like, they can see like, they just have supervision powers. And they,
Yeah.
like, can see without light having to hit their eyes. They can see, like, ultraviolet light and, like, all light in the spectrum and just, like, be super awesome.
I have a question about invisibility that I've thought about for a decent bit.
Go
And
on.
that's outside of this, too.
Right.
What is the correlation between invisibility and the
The ability to create force fields.
Thank you for finishing my thought, because apparently I can't talk.
I think it's just kind of like, if their power is just invisibility, they're kind of a sucky superhero.
It's like, now you see me? Now you don't.
Yeah. And we were just saying how, like, you can just, like, chuck paint on them or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, gotcha. So it's like...
Okay. I just thought of, like, you know how we were talking about if we were doing, like, stupid things with shapeshifting?
Right.
Thought of one with invisibility.
Go on.
I'd go invisible,
Right.
put up a force field, and it'd be somewhere, like, they're painting something or, like a construction site. And then as the, like, day goes on, they just see this, like, random dust or paint covered ball in the middle of the room, and they're just like, what is this? Just kind of throw them off. Just another stupid thing to do with invisibility.
Yeah.
Because you never see someone with just invisibility. They always have the ability to do force fields too.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean, is, like, they have to give them something so they don't, like, that's not their only power. Because it's like having, like, your only power being the ability to fly.
Yeah.
Like, you suck. Like, oh, good job. You can be a plane.
Haha, fly.
Yeah, like, you have another direction that you can go when running away. But,
Yeah.
like...
People that fly really, like, they need to be, like, super strong or something.
Yeah, that's why it's, like, flying is, like, a power that just, like, most people have.
Cause it's
Like, when it comes to superheroes, because it's just like, oh, and I also can fly. It's not like, I have the ability to fly. And it's like, alright, what else?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, well...
Superman and, like, Wonder Woman have all these crazy extra things with
Yeah.
their flight.
Exactly.
Alright. Wonder
like,
Woman has an invisible jet,
Yeah.
but she could fly.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Style?
Alright. Now, how does she know where she parks the jet?
She must have that supervision
Alright.
in order to see the invisible things. Or maybe she has, like, some keys that, like, make the jet light up. And they're like, ah, there it is.
Alright. Now, the jet's invisible. Can it do force fields?
I don't think so. Because I think it's an inanimate object. And its organs would just be all over the place inside that jet. But they're going to be invisible.
Uh-huh.
So, like, everybody's just going to, like, alright, get in the invisible jet. And they sit down and, like, hey, I'm sitting on something squishy.
The organs are actually the seats.
Yeah. That would suck.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say something about...
Flight.
Yeah.
You're like, no one, you're just like, no one's ever like, look at me, I can fly. And everyone's like, yay.
Well, because there was one. I mean, there have been plenty, but the one memorable one is Angel from X-Men.
Yep.
His power was...
He has wings.
He has wings, and he can fly.
And
also
0% body
0%
fat.
0% body fat.
What a champion.
Yeah. So he was the one with the ice tray abs and the ability to fly. And he sucked.
Yeah,
Even though he was like
one
of the like main members of the X-Men.
He's an original.
And then they're like, you know what? He sucks. We need to make him cool. And that's where they get Archangel, and he gets the metal wings that can shoot.
He gets the ability
feathers.
of Falcon, basically.
Yeah.
But Falcon can take his wings off.
It's true. I mean, Angel could too, but it would hurt a lot more.
A lot more. Now, with like wings and stuff,
right?
Are his bones hollow too, like a bird, or?
Yes, actually.
Okay, I thought they were, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Yeah, he actually has like a lighter weight, whatever.
So, first off, this guy must be weighing in at like 90-something pounds.
Yes.
Even though he could be like 6'4".
Yes.
It's just like...
And he's super muscly too.
Yeah, it's like, if he goes to the doctors, they're going to be like, what the...
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, he's just complicated.
And also, like, one solid hit's gonna break a bone. Because
Yeah,
if they're
'cause, I
hollow,
mean, he's not super strong. He can just
yeah,
fly.
he could
And then,
fly and
yeah,
he
his
has no
bones are
body
even
fat,
weaker.
and then he just hollow bones, and my stomach just growled.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if he hit, like, say he's flying, accidentally, like, hits a wall or something, boom, broken arm.
Right.
Or broken wing.
Yeah, I know. He sucks.
Yeah.
Now, I have another idea. Moving on to a slightly different topic. What if we created our own powers?
Ooh.
Do you have any
I was,
ideas
I
for,
was
like,
thinking something like that,
somewhat original
but
powers?
we could, we'll go off mine after yours. Mine was, what is the stupidest power you could think of?
I was gonna do that one too, actually. I was like, first you, like, think of a superpower that would actually be, like, surprisingly useful,
Alright.
and then think of a superpower that is just the,
The dumbest thing
like,
around.
yeah, like, completely pointless or
Oh,
stupid
I already
or
got that
whatever.
one. Being able to fly a foot off the ground.
The ability to summon spaghetti.
That would help in starving countries.
Yeah, but, like, what if it's uncooked? What if you only...
The ability...
What if you only
They could cook it!
I know, but it would be so stupid. Like, here, let me help. And then it's just like...
Don't be upsetty. Have some spaghetti.
Exactly.
And you're like shoot out your arms, and it comes shooting out of your arms, and it'd be super painful because it's just hard pieces.
Yeah,
of
it's
spaghetti.
just hard pieces of spaghetti, and it's just like these. It's basically like dried up grass that you just like make a pile of, and you're like, I did it. I saved the day. And they're like, that's a lot of spaghetti.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we can cook that much. Where are we gonna keep it? You dropped most of it on the ground.
What are we gonna do with the extras? This is how we get ants.
Yeah. So that, I don't know where that one came from, but I'm proud of that.
That's a good stupid superpower. I would think like being able to travel back a second in time.
1 second, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard of one that was like, you can move forward in time 1 second every second.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
It's just stupid.
It's just, yeah.
What would be an original good superpower?
Yeah, I'm trying not to like take any ideas of like things that I've seen.
Honestly, if you're like a businessman or something, the ability to be on time. Like,
is that really a superpower? Like, you mean every time on time?
Yeah, you're never late.
You can never
like
be late.
if I say, hey, we're meeting up at 10 o'clock exactly, you kind of just, they're like, okay, and it'll be like 9:59, and you'll be at home, and you'll be like, crap, and then it'll be like, woof, and you like teleport to we're ever meeting at 10 o'clock exactly.
Oh, so you can like teleport.
Basically.
Like, not by your choice.
You don't teleport by choice, yeah. Like, if you make plans to meet up somewhere,
So you could like never skip out on anything.
No. You can't, like, unless you have a legitimate reason.
That kind of sucks, because you're like, what if...
Actually, yeah, that's a real inconvenience.
Yeah, like, what if you like forgot about it, or like, you were just like, yeah, maybe I won't go, but like, you're indecisive, and then like, you just forgot, and later that day, you're like sitting on the toilet, and suddenly, poop, you're in a meeting.
Yeah, that's gonna be
you're
the
like,
worst.
Bathrooms
would be bad.
Exactly. What if you're like running late because you have like the Hershey squirts, and then suddenly...
I didn't know what you were gonna say at all. Like, I had an idea what you were gonna say, but I didn't know how you were gonna say it.
Yeah, I was pretty proud of that. And then suddenly you're like, boop, you're at your kid's birthday party. Like, that would be awful. And you're like, no, not yet. And then just, boom.
Can we talk about the scenario where you have the Hershey squirts and you're late for your kid's birthday party?
Well, like, you might
so
not be
you teleport.
late. But you're just like, you just happen to be in the bathroom, like, no, I was supposed to be there, like, at this time, but, like, I'm running late, and then you're there. And literally, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a rough... I didn't think when you initially said,
honestly,
be
at
on
first,
time.
I thought it was going to be, like, very good, but we have found a major downfall to this.
Yeah. Wow.
What would be something useful? Like, something very useful that probably doesn't really get done
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking of it looking at the tree in front of us.
The ability to turn into a tree?
No. The ability to remove leaves from your yard.
So, like, kind of like a telekinetic...
Telekinetic leaf blower, basically. Like...
That's such a cool phrase.
Telekinetic.
Telekinetic leaf blower. That
Yeah.
should be like a band.
But hear
That's
me out,
awesome.
like, see your yard right over there,
Yep.
and I'm assuming in the fall, covered in leaves.
Yeah.
You're just like, whoop, and then it's just like, leaves go, whoop, and then just disappear.
Like, from time and space, or they just kind of, like, shoot off into the neighbor's yard?
Both. I don't know.
So they just travel through some, like, interdimensional wormholes and then just pop up a couple feet to the left onto, you know, Steven's yard. And it's just like, come on, man. I'm like, I'm sorry.
God damn it, Greg. Every year.
I just don't know where else to put him. I'm sorry.
Derek lives on the other side of you. Put him in Derek's yard.
Yeah, that's, yeah, I didn't think of that.
Huh.
Um,
It's kind of hard to find a power without downsides, too.
It really is, because if you think of most, it's just like, wow. I thought of an interesting one. I'm not sure if it's a good or bad one, but the ability to know when someone is thinking about you and who that person is.
I feel like we've had this conversation before.
We have, which is why I'm bringing it up. But I still think it's kind of a cool thing. Like, what if you had the ability to know exactly when someone was thinking about you and, like, who was saying it?
Right.
And you could move that, because, like, it would kind of suck if you're just, like, always notified, like, this person is thinking about you.
Yeah.
It's, like, kind of telepathic Facebook, basically.
Yeah.
But, like, if you knew what they were thinking as well.
That would be worse for some people.
Yes.
It's
but
like...
it would also kind of be cool sometimes. Because sometimes it would be like, you know, somebody's just like, somebody's retelling this story of this thing I did one time to their friends. That's pretty cool that they're, like, talking about me, whatever. And then other times it'd be like, oh, God, this person actually, like, hates me.
Yeah. But it's just like, here's, like, I thought of this.
Right.
What if it's a different person that has this power, but you don't know it? So, like...
So, like,
So you mean, like, say we're talking about Nick.
Right.
Like, right now, he would be probably in his bed, and he'd, like, be like, Kevin and Calum are talking about me.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, it's, like, 2-something in the morning. Why am I not surprised it's them two at this late?
Yeah.
And then go back to sleep.
Right.
But then it could be like, say it's the lady friend, and it's like 3 in the morning and he's thinking about me. It's like, is he just kind of like thinking about texting me, or is he just like doing something else? Like, well, making spaghetti.
But if you knew, like uncooked spaghetti coming out my fingertips. But like if he knew, or if they knew, like, what you were thinking, then it'd just be like, oh, okay.
Then it'd be kind of weird, though.
Yeah. But, I mean, obviously, there's
like,
some situations that we can think of that it's like, oh my, that's wow.
Yeah.
But I think that would be kind of cool, because you, like, really would know what people think about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all times. Like, if you're hanging out with someone, and, like, suddenly you just, like, get the boop message in their head, like,
God, Calum sucks.
Yeah. Like, you get that, or they're just like, I love you.
I just remembered that joke, too.
Yeah. Oh, they're just like, wow, alright. Cool.
God, Calum is so handsome.
Just be like,
hey,
nice.
I said you are 3 of the 4 B's of this podcast. You're the brains, you're the bronze, you're the beauty. I'm the beard. Yep, that's it.
And what if suddenly you were notified in your head, like, I was just like, God, that beard is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, you would just constantly get those notifications of people just being like, oh man, Kevin is the worst.
Yeah. I would
Or
get that a
like,
lot.
oh man, Kevin is hilarious. Let me tell this story about him.
I would just be laughing at my stories.
Yeah. But I think that would be cool. That would be an interesting power. Obviously, there are downsides, but like, there are
I
good
feel like
sides
it'd
to
be
it too.
more of a downside if someone else had the power.
What?
Like,
So like, but like, would you? So like,
what if
somebody
someone was plotting to kill you? That
and they
that would be
knew,
useful. But it's like if you switch the roles around and you're plotting to kill someone and they
but
know
like, they
about
would
it.
only know about like what you were doing if you were thinking about them,
Yeah.
because they can't read your mind normally. But if they're like trying to kill you, then it's like they would only it would only be like when I'm thinking about them that they would know like what I'm up to.
Right. So you have to be thinking about. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's like they're only notified
All right.
when
All right. Say I'm trying to kill you,
right.
and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna murder him good.
Yeah. So wait, which one of us in this situation has the power?
You have the power.
All right.
So I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna murder him good.
Then I would know that you're gonna try to kill me
Okay.
because you're thinking about me, and I'm like, oh, what is he thinking? And you're just like, I'm gonna kill him, and I'm like,
I'm gonna stab him.
yeah, and I'll just be like, dang, he's trying to kill me. I will keep that in mind to avoid him at all costs.
All right. Makes sense.
Yeah. Now, thinking about combining some powers here, what if every time
Where are you
Sorry.
going with this?
every time you thought about someone, you teleported to them?
Oh my gosh.
Or like the other way around.
I feel like it'd be funnier the other way around.
Like every time somebody thought about you, they teleported to you.
Yes, I feel like that way would be funnier than me teleporting to someone. Because it'd be like, say I'm like on my drive home, like from school or something. I don't know. I don't know when I'm driving home from, or I don't have a job.
I don't know.
But I'm driving home,
Right.
and I'm just like, oh, I thought of this topic. I should tell Calum. Poof, and then it's just like,
And then
hey,
and
buddy.
you're just like there, and I'm like,
Hey, my car's rolling down that hill.
you're like thinking about me recently, or? But yeah, that would be really weird.
Yeah, it would be really weird, but it'd be. I feel like it'd be funny if if it happened to someone else.
But it would like suck because like everyone would be like can't think about him, and be like, and you would if you had the power, you would never be able to look
You
at.
can't think of.
You would never be able to look at social media again
No.
because as soon as you see a post by someone,
Poof,
you're like,
poof, poof,
you're just
poof, poof, poof.
constantly teleporting, and you're just like, oh hey, this person, poof. And then you're like, oh hey, I saw your post on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
But I also feel like it has the like kind of a perk as the being on time thing,
Yeah.
where it's just like, oh geez, I'm late to going to like, it's like I'm late to the movie, and it's like, who's gonna be there? Calum's gonna be there. Poof. Hey.
Yeah. You could also use it as like, you can do it for people like you've never even met before, possibly. So if you're like, oh man, Tom Cruise is my man,
Boof.
suddenly, bam, you're there with Tom Cruise. Or you could be like, if you want to use your powers for good, you'd be like, travel back in time and be like, Osama bin Laden. Poof, you're there. And be like, guys, I found him. And then, obviously,
Hey, he's over here.
Yeah. And then I guess you could think about, like, Obama and go right back and be like, yeah, so he was in, like, a house. I have no idea where. I didn't have a GPS, but...
I didn't have it. It's like, yeah, it's like, you found Osama bin Laden? And he's just like, yeah, he's in a house.
Yeah, literally it'd be like, alright, we need you to go and find Osama bin Laden.
He's in a house.
And then, like, you just teleport over, and then it's just like, hey, you go back. Like, did you find him?
Yeah.
Yeah, but, like...
But where is he? I still don't, I don't know. I need a GPS or
there
something.
were, like, people nearby. I think there was, like, a city or something.
I think I saw a tree?
Yeah.
Maybe
But
a rock?
it would be interesting, too, because, like, you could do that, and then you could be, like,
There was
try
a mailbox with organs hanging out of it.
you could, like, try to find, like, lost people and stuff like that. Or people that, like, supposedly died or whatever, and then
Where's
like,
Amelia Earhart? Poof.
yeah, or it could be like, um, it could be like if you were like back in time and you're like,
I could find Jimmy Hoffa.
I was gonna say Jack the Ripper,
Oh.
but
All right,
that works too.
two schools of thought.
Yeah, I mean,
You're British and all. It's mistaken.
yeah, whatever floats your boat. I mean,
I just want to find the guy that's allegedly buried under the Giants stadium. You want to find a notorious killer.
Yeah, I mean, use your great power, great responsibility, right? So,
Yeah, that's how I roll.
yeah. Honestly, the whole like thing that made me think about that, because I had that idea like a while ago, I just forgot about it, the whole teleporting when you think of someone. For some reason, whenever I think about like uncontrollable teleportation, I think about if you're on the toilet.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then, yep. And then you're just like, poof, dang it. Or if the other person always like popped up when you were on the toilet and be like, really? Every time?
I am right here. It's just like, it's like, say you have a very routine bathroom schedule, and say we're constantly making plans roughly around the same time. So you'd be like thinking, it's just like, all right, I guess we'll go hang out with Kevin at like 12:15, and then you're just like, oh no, I'm thinking of get out Kevin. He's usually poof.
Yeah.
So you're interrupting this turd too.
Yeah. I just thought of another one. The ability to do vigorous jazz hands.
All right. So for people listening, for some reason, back in the days of yore, and when I say the days of yore, I mean like this entire last year, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Us and our friends would always start to do jazz hands, like so. And then we would just see how long we could go, and then eventually it feels weird. And it's just like, I can't stop doing it. And I'm doing it right now. And
yeah, if you didn't know,
weird.
he's currently jazz handing it up. And it's
just like,
I helped create that because I was just like we would do jazz hands, and then I thought about like how long can you keep doing jazz hands? So I just kept going, and I was like, guys, do you ever realize how hard it is to just like continuously do jazz hands?
And you started this commitment.
Yeah, like
and then,
it gets pretty tough because like there gets to a point where your hand just stops doing the jazz hand
yeah,
motion.
it just kind of
and
flops
then,
around.
You're literally just kind of throwing
like,
your hand back and
one
forth.
hand is going
you're just
good,
like, you're
and
just
the other
waving.
hand's just like, wow.
Yeah, or like your fingers are just kind of bending. So I hope people listening to this right now are trying to jazz hand as long as they possibly can.
I really hope that we have some slight influence that people, like at least one other person is doing.
Yeah, they're like,
jazz
people
hands.
think about it and they're like, you know what, I don't know how long I could do jazz hands for, and then they just start doing it.
Yeah.
Because it gets hard.
It does.
But yeah, the ability to just like make vigorous jazz hands like for as long as you want. Like unlimited jazz hand stamina. I'm sure you could use that for other things too. Like maybe you'd be really good at slapping people.
Ooh. Nah. Maybe you'd be good at digging holes with your hands, just like.
See, I don't know if you know this, but there's no camera. So when you do
when I do that,
when you do the actions and things,
Uh-huh.
and you're like, so if I just go,
yeah, it's just.
and there's no sound, and you're just doing a thing,
Mm-hmm.
people don't know what you're talking about.
No. Well,
Like
I mean,
like
it's
if
kind of good because half the time I barely know what I'm talking about.
Like if suddenly I just took off my pants and I did this,
oh wow, why are you doing that?
you see, nobody will know.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
So if I did this, nobody knows about it?
I mean, I didn't even want to know about it.
All
but
right.
Thanks for putting that out there. Anyways, yeah. Other superpowers.
I've been thinking, like, Mr. Fantastic, like, his stretchy ability.
Yes.
That would actually be pretty useful.
That would be useful.
Because it's just like, I must reach this apple at the top of the tree. Whoop.
How often do you go apple picking that is a legitimate problem
I
for you?
I was thinking of tall objects that
and
you have
thought
to
of an
reach for.
apple tree.
There's a tree in front of us, and I'm like, what grows on trees? Apples.
Like, really, how often are you needing to pick apples that your first
I'd
thought
go
is?
more if I could reach the top of the tree where all the good apples are.
Well, maybe you should get your unlimited ladders from your stupid flying thing. And then you can get your stinking apples.
No. But, like, I also think, like, being able to turn into, like, for some reason, when they're, like, rolling around, they always turn into a tire.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be a lot of fun, too.
So, like, with the ability to super stretch, do you have any limits?
I would assume so. But I don't know what the limit would be.
Also, if you think about it, if you have the ability to basically, like, endlessly stretch or whatever, or just, like, stretch really far, could you ever really get hurt?
No.
So you'd
I don't know.
basically be invulnerable.
Yeah. Also, how strong, like, here's a thought that's, like, lesser thought about stuff I just thought of. You know how it's, like, say you're, like, holding out your arm and stretching it wide out.
Yeah.
And say, like, you try and, like, hold a giant pole. Like, the pole starts to bend at a point.
Yes.
So, would your arm start to bend at a point, or do you have, like, somehow a muscle / bone abilities to hold it straight?
So you mean like a tape measure where
Yeah.
after a while of stretching it out, eventually it just kind of flops down?
Yeah.
I feel like, for the most part...
Like, at first I thought it was a stupid thought, but now I'm like, this could be a
No,
problem.
it's a legit thought. I feel like, at least in, like, comic book stuff...
It doesn't affect
can,
it.
Yeah, they can, like, hold it. But, like, yeah. I feel like sometimes they're like, and they just can't reach as far.
Yeah.
Like, if they're really, really stretched out.
Like, just turn my hand into a lasso and go, like, woof, woof, wing.
Yeah.
And then it's like hook some flagpole off the side of a building.
Right. What is this situation?
I don't know. We were talking about the flexibility of arms or something.
I know, but where did the thought of, let me turn my arm into a lasso and hook a flagpole, like, what adventure were you going on in that
Honestly,
little story?
I thought I was thinking
where
about.
Were you going? What was your goal?
So I was thinking using because we were talking about how you could be basically invulnerable.
Yeah.
And it's basically stretching your arms all the way back and slingshotting places.
Okay.
And I thought of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I just thought of
He
the
does
whole
do
lasso building thing because of Spider-Man. Yep.
Wow.
Underrated superpower.
Yeah.
Alright, so Sky High. You've seen the movie too.
The puddle. The guy who could turn into a puddle.
No.
The girl who could only transform into a guinea pig.
I thought she could only turn into rodents and it just happened to always pick a guinea pig.
I'm pretty sure it's just guinea pigs.
Alright. But the girl who could communicate with plants.
That's a really good power.
Like being the Aquaman equivalent, but to replace fish with plants.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far because Aquaman is one of the best superheroes ever created.
We'll talk about favorite superheroes a different time.
Right. It's Aquaman.
Shut up.
But go on.
So, but the ability to talk to plants. There's so many plants in the world. Like,
Yeah.
you would have a small army of grass everywhere you go that has grass. And like,
yeah, and other plants too.
yeah. And it's like, I could just be like, tree, descend a branch for me.
And give me that apple that I'm so desperately reaching for.
I'm not even a big fan of apples either. That was where my thought went. Like, I like bananas so much more, but I thought apples.
Wow. Yeah. But yeah, controlling plants would be an amazing superpower.
I feel like it's underrated.
Could Poison Ivy control plants, or was she just like, she just had plants that could kind of move on their own? Like, I don't think she actually had the power.
I don't think she had the physical ability to, like, she couldn't, like...
She was just, like, a botanist
who figured out, like, pheromones and stuff.
Yeah, that could, like, kind of control them, but, like, couldn't...
Like, you know how Poison Ivy... I mean, not Poison Ivy. The Joker has this whole laughing gas thing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like that, but instead of, like, making people laugh, it's like, I'm going to control plants with this.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be super useful, because plants are fudging everywhere.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, you can basically do anything with them. But turning into a guinea pig. And turning into a puddle.
Alright, you can only turn into one animal.
Right.
Only one. But you could turn back to human, too. What would you pick?
That's a tough question. I'm trying to think, like, what animal would be most... A tuna.
A tuna? Any specific sort of tuna?
No. Actually, you know what? Can I turn into an apple?
An apple's not an animal.
That's true.
You're not going to let me forget the apple thing, are you?
A mailbox full of guts.
You helped contribute to that one.
I did. I mean, that was on my mind. No, I'm trying to think of, like, a useful animal. Like, one that could, like, help me in my day-to-day life. Like, I'm trying to think, should I pick one that can fly? Should I pick one that's, like, really strong? Something fast? Something small? Something big? Like...
I feel like a leopard. A leopard would be a good choice.
Yeah, cat would be cool. Like a big cat.
Hear me out. I know you're gonna think it's stupid immediately, and
I have worm.
No. Oh. And I have no sort of backup. I think it's stupid too, but I just thought of this animal randomly.
Go for it.
An emu. You basically run around and flail your legs at everything.
Yeah.
And your neck's really long. You're just like running.
Velociraptor. That's what I would do.
Just be like doing the whole thing where can't see.
Once again, the actions without the words. Yeah, it's really, really useful on an audio show. But he's basically just doing the raptor arms. But yeah, like a raptor, because it's like you're super fast, you're smart, you got the deadly claws.
Yep.
Big meaty claws. And like you can like do anything. Jump really high, run really fast, like you're just the perfect predator.
I just started laughing because I remembered the kid in Sky High that could glow in the dark.
Was there a kid that could glow in the dark?
Yeah, there was a kid that could glow in the dark, and that was stupid.
I didn't even remember that. I cannot forget about Puddle Man.
The kid that turns into a puddle.
He literally just can turn into a puddle.
That movie had some of the greatest but stupidest superpowers.
Yeah, I'm sure the creators of that movie basically had this conversation. They're like, we need good superpowers and we need stupid superpowers, but can be useful in the right
in this very specific sort of circumstance.
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like we'll have to talk about this more at a later time.
Yeah, I think we've covered a lot of different things and really gone in depth.
Like, we spent 5 minutes not talking about this, and then we kind of just, like, took off with it.
Yeah, because, I mean, you could go all day about... There's so many different superpowers that you could talk of that, like, you know, you can either criticize them or improve upon them or just make up your own.
Yeah, I mean... It's very hard to come up with an original superpower nowadays.
The ability to turn people into mailboxes. Think about that one.
Alright. I feel like we should leave on that note because we're kind of Let's finally leave on a stupid Calum thought.
I mean...
It's funny, but it was a stupid comment.
Yeah, it was.
Alright.
I was like, how can I incorporate mailboxes one last time? There you go, that's a superpower.
So this has been Kevin, and along with the mailbox over here...
Yeah, I'm Calum.
Yep.
And,
this has been, Caps... Bleh.
Yeah.
This has been Caspod.
The ability to not stutter.
God, that would be so useful.
Yep. This has been Castpod. I think we've wasted enough of your time, and we will see you next time, I guess, with more stupid conversations.
Yep. We got me for that.